Alright, so I'll build one now. That's the technical workshop. Oh, camera's rolling, yeah?
It is now. Yeah.
Alright, so that's the technical workshop. What we're demonstrating is a 3-point light setup within a green screen environment. Right? So behind me I have a green screen site. It's a green screen site because it scoops to the floor. So my whole body is in green even though we're set for just a mid shot on both angles. Now with the 3-point lights, what we have is we have a light in front of me that is a key light. Sarah, would you say you can see the catch lights in my eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that's called the catch light that is in my eye. That's coming from the key light. Now because you see 2 sparks, don't you? There's another light over here, which is also known as the fill light, which is filling up this whole area here with light. So that's what that little spark is. So there's a big spark and a little spark in my eyes.
Yeah.
And then right behind me here is the backlight, which is mainly supposed to light the back wall, but it's also supposed to give me a little bit of a side rim light. So I'll turn this just a little bit. Would you say that you notice a lighting shade over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do is, do you see the switch to turn off that light?
Yeah.
So we're going to go a little bit dramatic here.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Alright, so now you notice this backlight more, right?
Yeah.
So my face is half lit by this side light and everything, and then I'm in shadow here.
No, you're in light there.
Sorry, I'm in light, but I'm in shadow, right? Now I could be in more shadow. Can you, in the switch, can you see where the switch is for here? Turn this one off.
I think it's still plugging in.
No, there should be a switch on the light itself.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can always do it the old-fashioned way.
Look there, there's not on it.
Right. That's because it's on the back here.
Okay, she'll put it back on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you just flip these switches.
Yeah. Your hands are tapping out. Fine.
Where? So if you flip those switches so you're turning that light, that's the light off.
All of them?
Yeah. So now I should be in more shadow, right?
Yeah, completely.
Now obviously we have house lights on, which we wouldn't really have on, you know, but we'll turn those off next. But we still have the strong backlight, right?
Yeah.
And everything else like that. So again, it's more dramatic, right? Now we played around with this light, like we had another, if you remember, we could like put the light low, put the light high, and everything. That's the choices that we have. But for now, what we'll just do, just turn it off the house lights. Alright, so now the house lights are off, and it's just this one light, right? So even though I may not be deep in shadow, when we put it onto the computer, right, and do color correction, it will make it even more darker. I can be totally like, you know, Star Trek. Halfway up, right? Generally with green screen, the idea is to change the background.
Do you want me to move the camera down?
Yes, please. You still want a lot of space above my head, but you just only want to make sure I'm in the shot. Right, so you want to be able to be a medium shot, but still have all that space above my head.
I've got like there, and there's not
Yeah.
that much gap.
Yeah, so there's still space.
A little
right?
bit, but not a lot. Do you want me to move the camera back?
It might just be easier just moving it down. Just crank.
Can't see it.
No. On that thing right there. Where my fingers point. Yeah.
There's.
That one. Is that working, right?
Yeah, it has. It's gone out of focus though. So
Obviously, because you have moved it. So like on the actual lens,
yeah,
right? There's a ring. You see the groove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjust that. Is that cool?
yeah, got it now.
So
You've only got about that much above your head though.
Alright, so just turn the light on. And this one as well. Thank you. Alright, so how do I look lighting wise in there?
Yeah, it's something's wrong with the camera bit. It's like got pixelation on it,
Listen, could you flip the
like
screen?
it blue. Oh yeah. Oh,
I can see it. No, that's fine.
you see all the pixelation?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not pixelation. Those are called zebra lines.
Okay.
So it's the focus.
Okay. It looks like you.
No. I'm sorry. It's the focus. So what is showing you is where the light is hitting my body.
Okay.
Also because I'm black, I have the kind of like blue in my skin tone kind of thing. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you an idea about kind of like what we talked about, you know, like animation and stuff, right? And everything. Now, if you can, right, what I want you to do is I want you to lift the camera up and I want you to pull it back, straight back, and then push it forward.
Pull it back
Yeah.
and then push it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see what I'm doing, but
I know, flip it around, I can see what you're doing. Yeah, alright, so now push it forward.
that's.
Leave that same position.
I don't know what you mean.
Just carry the camera, push it forward.
So
Just
like
we
that,
talked
like
about.
that.
Yeah, bring it back to the same spot you were in.
The light's in the way as well. The camera, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, it's only a test. We're just trying to show you movement of like as if you were doing a dolly zone, right? So to show you that, like when you have a green screen, right? Only I move, not the green moves. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You want to try it again without the light? So you want to move the light over like you just said. You want to try it again? Yeah. Still trying to keep the light on me. Yeah. Cool. All right, back up. Now you know what you're doing now, right? All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to push engines, say stop.
So
Yeah?
I think it's done it right. I don't know your instructions. Push. I've just done this. Is this right?
Yeah. So push, right? All you're doing is you want to push. So like for you, right, you'll see that I kind of like moved, don't I?
Do you want me to move towards you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so push moving towards me, yeah, right. I need to know when you're at your position, your final position.
Okay, I'll say stop when I'm
Yeah.
up, but I'm gonna say 3 when I'm going. Stop.
Right? Cool. Place your camera down. Are you still focused?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So what we just did there was with the second camera, or what you would call camera A, camera B, is that we just did a moving shot on the green screen. All you're really doing is getting like more behind the scenes of everything. You're not really like a second camera in the shot. But it's, so you actually see how it's pushing in and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what you're getting, you're recording what we're actually doing and stuff. Okay, so since that's on, you don't need to be there. If you come around, I want to do the last thing, which would be the microphone.
Yeah.
So like if you should be able to get out. Can you get out over there? Leave that rolling since that's not turning on.
Yeah. This mic, yeah?
Yeah? No. The pole, the boom pole is like a mic, so.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, make sure you don't pull anything down with your hand. Okay.
Sure.
No, get that cable, make sure you don't drop the cable yet. Right, come over here. Right. Okay. Now,
It says motion was cancelled when it goes off, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I know. Bring me the dead rat, yeah.
So I hope it's working.
It's recording, but it's just recording in pieces. But at least we got it over there. Okay, so is that recording? Is that recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as far as our microphone setups here, alright, so this is a unidirectional mic, also known as a Sennheiser, right? It actually just records whatever you point right at it. but this on it is what we call a right coat or a dead rat. This is what you use when you're outside, so it's like a wind buffer, so to speak, and everything. You know, so we would just plug that in like to the camera or to a computer or whatever, right? But this is a boom mic or a boom pole, and attached to this boom pole is this Tascam. And you see the reels turning and everything. So now this is our recording device. This will usually be plugged into, again, another device. That's what this plug is. So for now it doesn't need that. Right, so I'll just hold it like this. So the microphone is here. Right, now the record button, I press it once, and then you see the level moving?
Yeah.
I taped it on there.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's picking up the mic here. So Billy, what you do, put the right coat down. Grab this pole at the end, yeah, like a fishing pole.
Yeah.
Right? And so as the boom operator, right, you will hold the pole outside of the camera range, right? But towards me. So so being that this is more like a cardio aid, which means that it's shooting out, recording out like in a triangle, right? So it's not doing it unidirectional, which is straight on. It's not doing omni, which is all about, but it's doing that. So you want to make sure that mic, instead of shooting up at the sky, you kind of like shooting down onto me. So this is why people find it uncomfortable, because you want to kind of like angle it.
Right.
Yeah. Right?
Like that?
No.
No, down.
You want to angle, yeah. That's the front part that has the,
Yeah.
right, towards me. Whoa, not that near. You don't want to be in her. So do you see his pole?
No.
Right? And everything. So now basically what you're doing is you're recording sound. So you're recording sound separately from the cameras with your boom pole. Now basically, as I always say to people, there are two jobs in this industry that will always guarantee getting paid. One is that the sound operator, which Billy is doing by holding the boom, and two is that the editor, right? Every production live and die by the sound, and they live and die by editing. Here what we saw was a small little technical workshop. The camera, the lights. Now with the sound, these are the three main roles. Everybody like be covered on the set. Now from the producer perspective, you know, basically your job would be is to kind of like oversee all of this. But you're overseeing the first AD, whose job is to make sure that this all runs smoothly, right? Which is what I was trying to do. Didn't know I would have to act in it. But then also too is the director. You oversee the director, who is generally behind the camera, who is you know interpreting whatever the writer has written, or talking to me as the actor, telling me what to do and how to do it. You know, if the producer finds that things aren't working to the way they want it to work, they'll start whispering in people's ears and like, yeah, I want it to be this way, that way, the other way. And I'll be like, you'll roll onto the set. So they will call that like monitor village. Like you would have like a monitor behind the camera that is showing what the camera sees. And what they would do is that, okay, that scene was good, not good, whatever, blah, 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 can I have it like this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And everything, and you know, and you let people do the jobs that they were like paid to do and everything. You complain when they don't do that. Alright, you can put that down. Well, first of all, what you want to do is you want to turn it off. So you turn it off by not pressing the record button, but the other button next to the record.
Can I ask, how do you measure up the microphone to the video, so it doesn't look like it's out of sync?
Very good. Very good question. We had just done an edit today where we do that. So Billy, did you manage to find?
Yeah. Home button, yeah.
Yeah. So it's off.
Saying no.
You shouldn't see anything running. So the screen should be empty.
Yeah, it's saying no music cast. Hang on.
Yeah.
It's still saying.
Hand it over.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll get to your question. Okay. Press this way. So, like we had to do an edit today where we recorded the sound separately from the camera. So basically what you will have, you will put them both onto the timeline. You put the audio into track 2, right? And the audio from the camera is on track 1. And like you line them up now, what will happen is obviously, you know, you took time to say, okay, action, cut, and whatever, no, take 2 and all that. So you will listen to the dialogue first on the camera, right? And where the person is going to start talking, hi, I'm Bob, right? Da 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 da. Yeah? Then you will listen. What will happen is that the audio file will have like a number of files that will just be a bunch of numbers, but they will be in order the way you shot, right? So like what we had to do was figure out, okay, want that interview that was at the end. Okay, so we went to the end. So boom, and that was the interview. Listen, that was that interview. Want that interview at the beginning? Listen, then named it, and then the interviews in the middle or the interviews in the middle. So sometimes you had to just count. All right, there was 3 takes, 1, 2, 3, and everything like that. So now they're on a timeline, and then you just link them up or sync them up, right? So with that being the case, you want to get a shot still? So with that being the case, what will happen is that once the audio sync, and you can look at the lips, right? You can listen, you look at the lips, but also you can look at the timeline. So on the timeline, you know what the waveform is. So you can actually figure out, okay, the dialogue starts there, so it'll be like no wave, right?
Would you put them together like a sandwich first and then edit both of them together if you needed to cut bits out in that?
So what we're doing today, another great question. So what we're doing today is we actually sync the audio first, right? So we don't do any cuts and everything.
Yeah.
So that way it's all raw file. And then once that's synced up, then what we do is we cut the camera audio, like meaning we delete the camera audio, and then we put the audio file that was on track 2 onto track 1 and everything. And so looking, and so looks. Now if you're frame off, that we were doing. So I had my intern, you know, do that, because yeah, it could be a little bit laborious.
I was just asking how, like you would.
No, I'm trying to tell you. So basically there's no way to get around it. You just have to sit through it, right? You know, so when you sit through it, because the thing about it is once it's linked, it's linked. So for example, you know how that camera keeps turning off, whatever, or whatever. What will happen is that even if it comes out as separate files on there, right? It looks like they're separate, but they're not. They're actually, the audio just continues on. So you listen and everything, and it'll go right into it. Now you could be a frame or 2 off, and you'll notice, like, you know, out of sync with each other and everything. So all you had to do is slide it either back 1 or 2 frames or forward 1 or 2 frames. Once they're synced and you changed it, right, you replace the audio, mic audio with the camera audio, then you render the whole file again, right? So now we know this is somebody's interview, we know this is a scene, and then what we do is that we render it, and then now we can name it. So now that file is a new file that has the camera audio and the audio from the microphone. So where we're at now is now we can edit and everything. So we can edit the scene by, what we first do is an offline edit, which is we get rid of the stuff we don't need, like action cut or somebody talking, blah, blah, blah. We get rid of all of that detritus first. We're just stuck with the parts of the shots that we want, right? And everything, so they're on to the timeline. So basically, the last thing she did was she cut a 20-minute interview down to 5 minutes. You believe how much crap is going on the shoot and stuff like that. But, you know, and that's what happened. So basically by showing the intern or the assistant editor what to do, overseeing it a little bit, I was able to take a break from it. And now my job would be going into online edit. So now I will go in and I will edit. So let's say so green screen stuff. Now this is considered online editing because it's effects. So like once we got all of this done, got the sync of the audio, the conversation, whatever, or what we're doing. You know, Sarah did maybe about 3 takes of pushing forward.
Don't know.
Right? Yeah, well, give or take. It was like about 3 or 4 takes of pushing forward. So what I would determine is which is the best one that has either the smoothest movement or, you know, the less thing to deal with. So once I got that, then I can actually put an effect in. So I will begin with like taking out the green screen, choosing the background, whether it's a color background or a visual background and everything, and it'll be like me in outer space, me on a train, me outside, and stuff like that. Even though you see me sitting in the chair and I'm just sitting in the chair in the room, right? You don't really see the back of the chair, you just see me, so just be an outline of me. So, you know, then it becomes about music, sound, other like what we call diegetic sound that we add to the piece to make you even feel like that's where you are. It becomes about color correction, like what's the color is going to be. So, you know, am I a blue man? Am I a black man? Whatever, and all that other kind of stuff. Do I have antennas coming out of my ears? Do I have flowers behind me? Whatever. All those kind of various different things. A choice is to be made in the online edit of effects and stuff. And, you know, that's just like the amazing thing. We see it all the time in television. A lot of that is shot in the studio, especially like superhero movies and everything. Any other questions? Because those are good questions. Any other questions about that? Anything you learned or curious about?
Well, yeah, I mean, so the point of the green screen is it's easy to
put your person into whatever environment you need to put them in.
Yeah.
And stuff. You know, you take away the practical of actually going down to a train station to shoot into a train station. Why don't you want to do that? Because the train station is loud and noisy that you can't control and stuff like that. So either you go in the morning, late at night or whatever, or you just fabricate the train behind them in a green screen.
Right.
And you have full control about the sound. Yeah. And everything. Any other question? No? And stuff. But I want to thank you guys for, you know, for participating in this and everything, you know, stuff.
When you're syncing it, do you move the audio to match the visuals or the visuals to match the audio? Which?
It's mainly you move the audio to match the visuals. Visual is always going to be where it was because that's where the original audio was.
Yeah.
So because this is added audio, it's kind of like what they call non-diegetic audio because it wasn't a part of the scene originally.
Yeah.
You know, you have to move the audio. So you just spend your time kind of like doing back and forth and everything. Worst thing is like when I've had to first learn how to edit, I was working on a Jamaican rap video with 3 guys and I couldn't understand a word they were saying. It took that long just to get them in sync and it was like hallelujah time, you know. But, and it's so crazy what difference one frame of film makes, you know, when it comes down to sound.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you're just off, you know, you see that they're lip or, you know, they're just not saying what you're trying to put in their mouth. And if you could see it, eventually, the person that's watching it could see it. It's really a shame that $1 million movies, you're in the pictures and you see the sync off and you're like, fucking $100 million, what the hell? You know what I mean? But, yeah. Any other questions on it?
What software and apps and things can you green screen in a more accessible way?
So basically, the green screen works in all softwares. You know, what it is that it's, shall we say, it's what they call a key effect. It's in all softwares. So DaVinci Resolve is like free, right? You can download that for free and everything. Even Premiere Pro, I think, is free. They have free versions of them. But like basically within it, it will be within their key filters. So key would be like Luma key or Chroma key. chroma key is what they call green screen and stuff.
What was that, DaVinci Resolve?
DaVinci Resolve is free.
And what was the other one?
Premiere Pro.
Do you ever use Final Cut Pro?
Not anymore. I used to. Still, some people still on to Final Cut Pro. I mean, I'm not attuned to all the apps that are out there, but there are apps like Bubblegum Crush, which is like a Doodly type of app, which is animated apps. I think that's what you're asking me about.
Bubblegum Crush.
Bubblegum Crush. You know, you want an animated app that could kind of like physically do drawings without you doing drawings. Is that what you're like? Yeah, those kind of apps do exist. I don't have them, but I mean, you know, what?
The 3 lights one.
Yeah. So the 3 light setup is very important. The backlight to light your background. The key light is to light the person that is on the screen, and the fill light lights everything else like a spill, right? So the idea is to cancel out the shadows, which you hopefully saw no shadows, because what you need is a clean monochromatic background. So you don't have to use green. You could use white or you could use black.
Yeah.
Right, as backgrounds. So like in that aspect, the green is the one that rarely are people green. So many people can have blue, amber, red in their skin tone, right? But rarely, unless you're an alien, do you have green. You know. So initially, the chroma key initially started as blue screen until they realized that, we're not getting rid of the background here because it's creating holes in their faces and stuff like that. So they switched over to green and everything, and so it's been green ever since.
And are these lights all the same strength or not?
No, as you can tell, they're not. They don't have to be, but you can tell they're not. One that doesn't have natural diffusion on it.
Yeah,
both have diffusions on it. And everything. This is also multi-layered, which, as you saw, that she had to press 5 buttons just to turn it off.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not.
Does it matter? Or is
It doesn't matter. What it is, this is just like a level of control that you want to have for your shot. Like we would just shoot one person in front of just like a green screen, so we only needed like this that we have. So
This is a basic setting.
yeah, this is just a basic setup. Yeah, you know, not to get too technical. I mean, but people will use 1K lights. They are known as ARRI lights or Fresnels, but their strength is 1,000 watts.
Yeah.
That's mainly what they would use in the studio, so they come in a kit and stuff. It's really cheap as well, but these are not. These are more photo floodlights for photography.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but a light is a light.
if you only got 3 because it's a green screen, because in photography you only really use 2, don't you? Is
No,
it
in
because
photography
the shadow disappear from behind.
Yeah. I mean, it's what they call is the common 3-point light setup of using the 3, but a photographer, like you said, may not feel the need for that. Like, you know, as you saw, I was turning off a light here and a light there. It's a dramatic choice of dramatic lighting.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't have to do that. Like they can just like the background. Like if you had a white screen back there, then you can make the white screen kind of glow, which gives it a whole different effect. You know, because you create more of a silhouette of the character that is in front of the shot. I did a whole video that way, and it was really cool and stuff. Or you could just top light, and you have a top light like a lighting grid or whatever, just thinking about, and the light's just coming down on a person. You'll be amazed at what difference the positions of the lights are. Like we didn't do too much moving around, but you will see that it's a play. It's a play around whatever choices you want to make. But the basic is this. This is the basic setup, and that's all I was trying to show you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good questions. I mean, like as far as cameras, these are Loomis cameras. I mean, you know, most people get Canons because they're cheaper and everything. Apertures and shutter speeds. Those are all like pro choices as far as, like how technical you want to get to things. But mainly, all you need to do is just turn it on and off again, and stuff like that. But I think the most important thing was what Sarah discovered is like it wasn't pixelation but zebra lines.
Right.
Zebra lines are there to help you focus the lighting. But all it's really doing is getting you to pay attention to the fact that your light spills here, there. So that's why she thought that the shot was pixelated with me,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. It was just the zebra lines. I don't know why they call them zebra. Maybe they just call them zebra lines because it looks like a zebra. But that's all it is. It's the focus length of the lighting. Let's see. So did you learn something about the thing? And like I said, this is not your role, but it's good for you to know because one would hate for somebody to just come in and tell them how something should be, and without you having the knowledge of what they're doing and what they could do.
Well, it's more troubleshooting, isn't it? So if you know what's going on with the process,
Yeah, I mean, like you just say, yeah, I'm just kind of curious about what's going on, how long it's going to take, or why you're doing that, what choices you're making, because those are usually not in like a person's script or or like they don't even know. They just know that you brought lights. You got lights? Oh wow! A lot of people shoot without lights, and because these are when you just said about light strength, like these lights that are hanging have a different color temperature than the lights that are here, so they're not at the same strength. So you definitely don't want to use the house lights.
right.
When you shoot, no matter where you are, you don't want to shoot that because then you really would get into like adding different color wavelengths to your shot that it's not what you wanted. But these are all specific for that. Yeah? Makes sense? Cool? Alright. So we're going to turn the camera off, Billy. And so I'm not going to take the stuff down because leave it up for tomorrow's class.